What is going on, guys? It is your boy c-niice here, back again, still coming. Like no one even wants to listen to anymore with another podcast. A beautiful person, beautiful person is on this episode. A friend since first grade, a friend that I literally used to drive with to school every day just because I don't know, just to make it fun, man. It used to be just a great time. Always just worrying about when we're gonna get to school or not. If we're gonna get to school, if we're gonna crash or not, going off the going off the grid, going off the road. But I have my boy Noah Vice here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up, Noah? How you feeling?
I feel great, just chilling, living.
Getting big, powerlifting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Getting big.
Okay, so I didn't know how I want. Usually, like, I feel like with every episode, it's easy for me to think of the intro. Like, how am I going to introduce the person I'm with? You know what I mean? Like, what's the story that's going to be the one that's kind of like, oh, okay, this is the person. It was harder for you, so what I landed on, because I just didn't know it would be a good a good starter. So what I landed on was just thinking about. It was first grade that we were that was the first grade we were doing together.
Yeah.
It wasn't kindergarten.
Yeah.
And low-key we had the dream team in first grade. That's what I want to talk about. I feel like we had a lot of fun people in first grade. I was thinking like Nelson was in our first grade class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Justin was in our first grade class, so I always like Justin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got anyone else that you remember from the first grade class, or even if you have any even stories or anything from the first grade class.
Honestly, not really.
I
Was
know
Zach in the first grade?
Hess or
Hess. I don't know. I feel like he's in. He was in my kindergarten.
He was in your kindergarten.
Yeah,
okay. No, that's so funny because Zach was in my pre-K class.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But you don't.
Honestly, first grade was kind of a blur to me.
Me too.
Like,
Me too, high key.
yeah.
But you remember our teacher though.
Yeah.
So shout out to our teacher in first grade, Miss Pace. She had to be right out of college. Like she was young. She was like 24, 25.
Yeah.
And I think she was a good what is a good first grade teacher?
Nah, she was definitely fresh out. So, she was definitely like 25, 26, around there, I'd say.
I remember one of the one of the topics that everyone would talk about was how Miss I can't do it, man. How Miss Pace looked. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be weird, but we're in first grade. Like everyone's just like, oh, she's hot. Like, what is hot in first grade?
Exactly. Young, but you just know.
You just know, like she's not built like everyone else. That's funny. But I definitely, a lot of people would talk about like that, and I was like, I said, I barely remember anything from first grade, but I remember you were in my first grade class with, I wish I remembered more people, but I know we had a good first grade class. I liked our first grade class.
Yeah.
But I think that was a good way to start it because literally known him forever. I've known Noah forever, and I think we were friendly in that. But it was high school. I think we really started to become closer. If I remember correctly, I think we were always friends. We always talked.
Yeah, we always knew of each other because we had it was either fifth grade we were in.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth grade we had classes across from each other.
Yeah,
and I think we might have had the same gym class.
Okay.
So we had this one story actually.
Really?
With gym class in elementary school at Pinewood, and then when we would do the Santa Claus and reindeer game with the jump rope and the scooters.
Yeah.
So we would always be partners because you would pull somebody with the jump rope and the other person would sit on the scooter, and everybody would just go crazy and sling everybody across the gym, and I would just be like, yeah, let's just take it easy.
Yeah.
So we could just be cruising. Everybody else is
throwing,
into the walls
trying to playing bumper cars, but with humans with the little kids.
Yeah, that's one of the things I remember. It was either fourth or fifth grade.
Were you the one on the scooter, or were you the one pulling?
We alternated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we were the only ones having fun while everyone else was trying to.
Yeah, everybody alternated, but we were just being nice and safe. Everybody's out here trying to get the teacher in trouble.
No, yeah, it's just literally let's run 100 miles an hour into each other. Bro, what are you doing in fourth grade? Literally, what are you doing in Pinewood? Just trying to kill each other. It's so funny.
Yeah.
The thing is, the worst part is too when the scooter gets your fingers. You ever? Oh, bro, I'm thinking of middle school-esque more than because we used to play the scooters a little bit in middle school. I think too. Yeah. Not a lot, but I remember I think I got my finger real bad one time, and I was like, nope, the scooter. I'm never gonna sit on the scooter. There was one full-on time when I got it, and I was like, I'm never sitting on this thing again. I'm not having fun on this anymore. I ruined the whole time now.
For some reason, I don't think I ever rolled over my fingers, but I did hit my ankle weird somehow. I don't know. But
maybe one was rolling, or maybe you like just like fell and it got you. Yeah. Like it's a scooter. All the scooter ankle plays were tough.
Yeah.
But I think that was just going back, because elementary school is such a weird time, because I feel like most people only remember random things. Like you could not remember like, oh, in first grade we did this, or you know what I mean. Like it's kind of like, oh, this one time blah blah blah. Like, or this one time, like, this one time we just played with the scooters.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's not even an end to that story. We were just having fun. Like, which is dope. That's like almost a core memory. Like, that's just something that's in your brain.
Yeah, it's pretty elite.
So, what's crazy is that we're talking about, like, elementary school and whatnot. But the one thing that really, I think, got us closer almost, and got you close with a lot of people, is the gap year you took to Green Tech. You know what I mean? It was 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
So for whatever the circumstances was, you had to go to you went to Green Tech for 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like was it the full year? Was it like you left and then came back, or
So what happened was I was living in Albany at the start of 10th grade, but I was still going to Mahonison.
Yeah.
And my dad was trying to milk it out as long as he could.
Yeah.
And we made it a pretty decent amount, like towards the winter.
I was gonna say towards like November.
Yeah, I got through football season. I got through like the first couple of weeks of track, like indoor track and field, and then like before the first meet, my dad's like, "All right, you got to go to school in Albany now."
Yeah.
So then like now I'm about to go to inner city school in Albany called Green Tech Charter School.
Green Tech eats too at sports hockey.
And I remember before, because like I was sitting at lunch with everybody when it was all like, you know, doing what we do now, like roasting each other and stuff. Yeah. And then like that all got basically like taken away from me.
No, it's crazy.
But then like I was still like communicating with everybody over like Xbox 360, you know, like the Xbox Live.
Maybe even Twitter by then.
Yeah.
Like not in like a group or nothing, but probably like just DMs and whatnot and texting.
Yeah. And then I remember like we did like hang out over the summer and stuff too and stuff. But it was just lit when I came back, because it's just like I felt like a whole different person. I was like, I haven't been here in a hot minute.
No, you were like the new kid almost. Like everyone's like, oh, like where you been? Like, you know, like everyone's like, what's good with Noah? And you're like, yeah, I'm back, boy. Like I ain't never left. So, but I liked not I liked that you went to Green Tech, but it's funny that you went to Green Tech because you brought some of like these like almost sayings and stuff from Green Tech to Mahonison. You bridged the gap, and you're like, all right, these are some things. And one of my favorite ones is I'm getting buckets, my boy. Because if you want, so you could tell either that or the story about it.
It's funny because it was this one kid who was like really good at shooting threes. This kid was definitely like 5 foot, like he was short, And in gym class, he would just be cooking up, and he would like throw up the ball before he even made it. He'd be like, "I get buckets, my boy." He would hold on the boy for so long. He'd be like, "I get buckets, my boy." And the thing is, like, not even in gym class, he would say this at practice, obviously, but. And he would also say it like in the middle of an English class. He'd just be like, "I get buckets, my boy." I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
But like I feel that, I definitely feel like I'm the type of person to be like, I get buckets, my boy. Like after I get a question right, like raising my hand, like you just know. Like,
no, if anything, I was glad that it was passed on to you and that you wouldn't say it, because I don't think anybody else could make it sound like good or right or anything.
No, yeah, the thing is, like, I call myself a pioneer of things. It's so funny. I talk about this in the episode. Once Gav's episode comes out, you're going to hear me talk a little bit about it. But I usually call myself pioneers of these things. Like, if I think I started it or not, I'm usually, I didn't start it, but I'm a pioneer. I'm a pioneer of I get buckets, my books. That was you. That was from Green Tech. Yeah. But I, like, wrote it. You know?
Exactly.
There's a lot of things I wrote. And I think it's just funny to be like, yeah, it was dope. It was such a funny statement.
Yeah.
But sticking with Green Tech, I didn't know if there was any stories. I know there's a lot of stories. If there's any specific story you do want to tell, like your crazy story, your favorite story from Green Tech, if you still have them on you, if not, I understand.
No, it was crazy. Like, so when I went there, it's obviously like different. Like, you know, people just come up to you and just start asking like, "Who are you? Where you from?"
Oh, yeah.
Blah blah, all that.
Like, what you like? We're here in the hood. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
say,
like,
where you run at though? Like, no, but I'm just kidding.
for some reason, everybody was so ready to tell us stuff about them and like this. Like, I remember I was sitting down eating lunch. Some dude just comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, who are you?" Blah blah blah. So I tell him like who I am. Coming from Henderson High School. He's like, "Oh, you must be rich. Then well, guess what? I've been doing this and that." And I was like, "Oh, all right." But one of the craziest things that happened was when we were in the art class and
Oh no.
there's a couple different stories in art class, but I'm gonna just stick with this one. But we was in art class and the art teacher, you know, kind of like the first grade teacher scenario, you know, very good looking teacher.
Yeah.
And this one dude, his name was Seven. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we're not gonna drop a last name. Show. I covered 7 one time in senior year football. Okay. And he low key the pass was overthrown. I threw my hands across him, said incomplete. Yeah. But he smoked me. Yeah. But anyway, continue.
He was just like, yo, he's like, she's man, beautiful man, and he would just always go up and try to spit game, and like, we're 14 years old, and grade, like, yeah. Like, how is this man so confident? He would just always go spit game, and she kicked him out, and he was like, all right, I'll see what you're trying to do. You trying to set me up for later? And I was like, dude, you just got kicked out of class.
No, this
like,
man's a freak. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's definitely a lot of crazy stories.
Just this man really just chopping it up with the art teacher too. Yeah. It's like the art teacher, like, but that's so funny. I can't remember any of our art teachers in high school. High key, I remember one. I think it started with E. One of our art teachers was having us teach us sign language. I don't know if that was 10th grade or if. I feel like, do you remember that?
I have no idea.
Definitely was 10th grade then. When I think we had, and maybe it was even middle school. I don't even remember, but I remember they were. It was art, so that we drew the letters. We were drawing the letters, and one of the things was like, close your eyes and try to draw it, and everything's brick. And I open my eyes, looks the same, man.
Yeah.
I'm just bad.
There's like different art classes in high school you could take. I only took 2, I think. I didn't really get into all of them. Yeah.
I think maybe 9th grade you had to take an art class, but I might be crazy. I might be just making up stuff. Cause I can't remember, you know what I mean?
Honestly, yeah.
It's so...
Yeah, it's been crazy.
You know what I mean? I don't want to say, but I think... Like, just that's insane. It's just art just spin game to an art teacher in 10th. Spinning game in 10th grade is pretty crazy in general because like, how do you want to spin game? You know what I mean?
But like the other thing, and I'll leave it with this at Green Tech because it's very true what they said. The students would say this. He said one of the students said, "I feel like we are so much more attracted to the teachers, like even if they're good looking or not." Because it's an all boys school. He's like, we ain't got nothing to look at all day.
Yo,
so he was like,
I didn't. Yeah, that's so true. I bet you. Oh my gosh, that's so smart. Yeah.
So he was just like, I gotta spit game at some point of the day.
Man had to practice. Man had to get his stats up. He's like, yo, how am I gonna practice? I'm practicing on these teachers. What are you gonna do? Send me out of class? I don't care. If you don't care, it don't matter.
That's crazy.
That's so funny. And Green Tech had a really good basketball team, if I remember correctly, for a year or two. But what was I gonna transition over whatnot is sticking with sports, sticking with like athletics. I was gonna ask you, you've had a long and luxurious athletic career. You know what I mean? You're still doing it. You're still doing it right now. You're one of the few of our friends that are technically still an athlete, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you if you have any what's your highest achievement, you'd say, like your favorite achievement that you got, like best athletic achievement. That's the question I was going to ask. Your best athletic achievement. But you could have like a favorite and a best, like but I don't know if you have one that you can remember.
Definitely I'd say senior year of high school was my most like fun and like achieving, I guess, year of sports with track and field because I broke about 3 different records, like the 4x1 relay.
I had that written down.
4x2, yeah, the 4x2 relay, and I forgot what the other one was. I think it was just like another random relay nobody thinks about ever. Yeah. But
it was definitely felt dope. Like your name
it was crazy,
I remember your name was on. Like you walked by, and it took him a little bit. It took a little bit of time, but by a couple weeks or maybe a month. Like I remember just seeing every time I walked by the gym. For whatever reason, I'd see your name and I'd be like, that's dope. Like, that's my boy. You know what I mean? That's my friend. I see his name out there.
So, it was crazy because when I started track in 9th grade, like, we were always come close to beating that record. But then for some reason we got blessed with this young kid named Caleb.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say.
he was in 8th grade running killer times. Like I was like, this kid by the time he's graduate is gonna go D1 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ended up doing whatever.
You haven't like even
Yeah.
on Twitter or nothing.
I think honestly he just wanted to chill and that's fine too. But like this kid was so talented and like he was just one of those kids that can roll out of bed and do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, like I can't think of anyone, but I know what you're talking about. I can't think of an example, I should say, or an athlete, but there's so many athletes that could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just can't think of an example. So.
Nah, but going off of the track and field thing, that was like probably the most like I like track a lot. That's why I'm still doing it.
Yeah, you know, what I mean, you wouldn't because you have schoolwork and whatnot. Like you wouldn't be doing it unless you actually liked it.
Yeah, and then after that. I took a year off because I went to Hudson Valley. Didn't have a track team the first year, but then I got one in 2018. Came back a whole year will throw you off. Let me just say that,
God,
especially in college. So I took that year off. Came back, was a little rusty.
Sports, you're off of sports.
Yeah, off of sports.
Not
yeah,
academics.
Just a year off of sports.
You're solid.
And then I come back, do track. I still had the same like high jump PRs and all that stuff.
Really?
But the speed went down a little bit. And I was just like, whatever.
Because did you from high school, like graduating to like those 2 years of Hudson Valley, did you work out? Did you get stronger? Like, are you just kind of doing your own thing? Like,
I kind of, yeah. The whole first year of college, I was kind of just running off of like the youthfulness you have. Like, it wasn't really sticking to working out consistently,
but you were like just doing stuff.
I was just always like doing something, but like, you know, because in high school you're always moving around between classes and stuff. College, you kind of just on your own. I'm just like
and it's just like so many people are just down to play sports in high school. I don't know, like not even like the high school sports, like just your friend. Like I feel like people are more inclined to play sports in high school than they are like now.
Yeah,
whether it's just time or whatever. Like people work till 5, you know, whatever it is, but. I feel like more people were like, yeah, let's just go play football. It's not, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I could definitely, because I felt it too. Like that, like after a year of just not like running or doing as much, it's like not even like I gained weight. Like I talked that story. I think I gained like 30 pounds in a month. Like it's just crazy. That first month, just shout out to the dining hall. But like it's you don't realize how much running and how much movement you really do in high school and playing sports and stuff until you stop completely. Yeah. So I got hit by it at Oswego. But you were still local, so that's nice. So you probably you were.
Yeah. I still like obviously, you know,
you were still youthful, like you said. You said you're still like, moving around.
Just moving around, but not as much as I used to be. Like I had no discipline.
Yeah.
Like, but like the fact is, like I did my 2 years of track at Hudson Valley. Then I went to Sage. Did my 2 years, 3 because including the COVID season. Yeah. That never happened. Yeah. And then now I'm about to do my last year of track and field. Yep. So
and you did get the Gator Award. And you didn't say that.
I did get the Gator Award.
you are a Gator.
So before the COVID season happened and everything, you know, went to crap, I was doing time trials and I was posting times like basically back to where I was, like the fastest running, like 11.6 in the 100. Yeah. 11.5 around there. That's where my PR was in high school. Jumping like 5.10 easily in high jump. And then I was like, I'm back. And then everything gets shut down. And now I'm back to square one.
Yeah, like, no, and you're like, bro, what's happening? Yeah. You're like, bro, I just been training for this moment. And now you're just going to say, get that trash out of here.
Yeah. But now, ever since then, I've just been like, weightlifting a lot because, you know, Zach Stewart's been...
You've been getting big. You've been getting big. Zach, like, we already saw the picture. We don't need to talk about this man anymore.
Yeah, so everybody's just trying to get big now, which is true. It's like weightlifting is such like a healthy way to exercise because you could push yourself at your own pace and stuff like
Literally, that. If it's a day you want to like go super hard, you could do that. Yeah. And if the day where you're just like something's not feeling right or you're just mentally not there, you could do like a worse day, but it's you're gonna be back tomorrow. You know what I mean? If you keep the schedule, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You won't go down. So that's that, and it's a good way to get rid of stress too. You pushing with your might is kind of like yelling or like anything else. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're getting something out of your body. Like something made you push extra hard that time. Yeah. Whatever it may be. I did. No flex. You know, don't say I'm the strongest man ever. But I did hit 205 on decline today on bench.
And that's good. That's good. That's That's crazy because you think about it, like when you started getting back into it and
Oh
stuff.
my gosh, I was 135.
And everybody's
Like
like,
heavy.
yeah,
135
straight
is
on
heavy.
135.
I
Yeah,
know. So I gotta do it flat. Like I don't want to say like I'm like I don't. It's an accomplishment for me. Nonetheless,
yeah,
I don't care. The heaviest I ever lifted flat was 200, and I weighed 205. I just
yeah,
lifted 205, declined weighing 172. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's it's a whole different ball game happening here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's dope. I had to put it somewhere in here, and I just want
Yeah. No.
to flex. I mean, C-niice gets to flex a little bit. It's his
Yeah. No.
podcast.
Yeah. For sure. Exactly.
But it definitely once it's flat, you guys will know once I do it on flat. It's so funny. But it's yeah no I had the if you read it, I had the 4x1 record in the middle.
Yeah.
Like that's what I had like.
Yeah.
So one of these so as we think about all our times together, we've been like I said we've known each other for so long. I was gonna go into a little bit about like driving us to school, but like that was just like there's no really stories. Like it's mostly me getting us there late.
Yeah. It's mostly school starting at 7:35 or whatever, and c-niice was texting me at 7:33 and saying I'm on my way.
No, yeah, I was
Well,
I would say like I probably was like. We'll do split 50-50. 50% of the time I was on time.
Yeah.
50% of the time I was like late, and then I'd say like 5% of the time I was super late.
Yeah.
There was one time I had to sign in the front desk,
Yeah.
which is basically like if you're too late and your homeroom teacher doesn't like you, they can make you sign in at the front desk if you're too
Yeah.
late. So I remember I walked to the front, walked to my homeroom, and they're like, "No, you got to sign in the front." And I had to walk all the way back from my homeroom, which no one knows where my homeroom is except for a couple of my friends, but where the desk was compared to where my homeroom was one of the farthest rooms in
Yeah.
the whole school, because I was in the weird part of homerooms. If you
Yeah.
had a name A through D, you were like in the corner near the art lobby, which was nowhere near all your other friends who had last names from like probably even less, like just from like F. I don't know, you said M twice, from F to like the rest, just with all together.
Yeah.
And I was,
But yeah, no, I was gonna say like it was never like a big deal if we were late because the first like period or whatever we had was just study halls.
yeah.
So like it wasn't that big of a deal. Sometimes we have like physics lab.
Yeah,
Or
I
something.
think that's because I think. Oh, because when would you leave early with me?
No, I never left early because I had
You
always
had-
had like
yeah.
a practice or something.
Because I remember I left. There was certain days because we came in late one half or something, right? Then we used to come in later sometimes, or am I crazy?
I think so. I think some days you were able to come in later, but
Yeah.
I had a class that morning.
So I would bring you probably still,
Yeah.
and then I'd just be in the homeroom. But I remember I used to leave early on certain days too because I didn't have nothing. I just peace out, which was
Yeah.
dope. Sometimes you just peace out at school early like that,
Yeah.
dude. I just drive around sometimes. I wouldn't go home. I just drive around,
Yeah.
like just around the like Schenectady. Just be like, I don't gotta be in school. You know what I mean? Just flexing. Like, why? Just wasting gas. That's what I really was doing.
Because
but-
you would it's funny, you would always flex the Camry with the
thank
starter,
you.
right?
Thank you for reminding me.
Starting
Okay.
your car from the band hall.
My love for the Toyota Camry starts in high school. In case you don't know me, I'm a huge fan of the Toyota Camry. Any Camry before 2005, but I even say before 2003. You get me a 99 Camry, and I will ride that puppy till it kills itself. And I remember I had a Camry in high school that I was allowed to drive. It wasn't like mine, but it was the one I drove. Like it was the one my family let me drive, and it had a car starter that reached like it had to be like 30 feet, man. It was inside the school reach from like the band room to like where you park, and it was like 40 feet. And
Yeah.
I'd always be like, watch this. I'd hit the button, and then whoever I was walking home, whoever I was driving home or whatever, we'd walk out of the doors, the
Yeah.
band would just be on. I'd be like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You know, this thing reaches 40 feet for no reason.
Yeah, people expect to see like the latest like Honda Civic, and you just
99 Camry,
Yeah.
just like that thing, and that it makes me so sad. That's the one I crashed.
Yeah, it's alright.
Rest in peace. I flipped that Camry. Driving to Shayna. I really, man, I'm so sad I flipped that Camry. I talk a little bit in Shayna's episode, but
Yeah.
I still love that Camry. The car started. That was the bread and butter of it. That was my favorite car all the time. Every
Yeah.
car I've driven since then that's like mine or like in my family's doesn't hit the same as that car.
Yeah,
Except for
I
maybe
mean-
the Sienna. the big Toyota Sienna van. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Because I just pick up like 7 people. Like that's just a dope. That's a dope idea.
Yeah.
But it's in the shop right now. Let's hope it's out soon. I'm trying to.
Trying to whip it around.
Yeah, no, literally. It's so funny. It's so funny. You remembered. That was a memory that was lost in my brain, and I'm so happy because now I'm just giddy now. I'm like,
because it's like one of those things you do that people like every day, like, not that they take it for granted, but they're just like, why does he do this? And then you just remember it now, and it's like, it's so funny that you did that. Just
Bro.
always like from the band,
Bro,
from the auditorium, you're just like,
could you imagine? Like, think about this. Like, this was before Push to Start, man. This is 1999 Camry. And it's cold. Guess what?
Yeah.
Just started right now. Now I'm warm when I get there. I don't have that luxury anymore. And it makes me sad. I could definitely just buy a remote starter and then just hook it up, but
yeah,
way too much work. You know
that
what
is
I mean?
a lot of work.
Way too much work. That's so funny. Yep. All right. So there was one thing that I don't have a specific story nor like a time, I'll say, but like just all our time just going out, right? Going to the bars, man. These are just some great times. Do you have any specific stories or a certain story that just stands out either with either of us, yourself, or? Cause I don't have any specific ones, but I just know that whenever we go out and we're actually like both like on the same drunk level, like feeling the music, like it's just game over. Like, you know what I mean? We just we run the club. You know what I mean? That's how I feel, honestly.
So. I don't know. Whenever we go out, we just always on some menace to society activities.
Yeah, literally.
Like, one of the things whenever somebody asks me like your best like experience or like the funniest thing that happened, I always remember when we went to City Beer Hall. I think it was for the first time. I don't think you were there. I think but the main character here is Nikolai.
Yep. So Nikolai will be a person on this podcast, and I can't wait because I love Nikolai to death, man. He is one of my favorite people in this world.
Shout out Nikolai. But like, what happened was this man was like dancing with some girl, and he didn't see her face because obviously like she's turned away from him.
Every bar's dark.
But,
like,
you know, everybody's feeling themselves, having a good time. Yeah. And Nikolai's dancing with this girl, and then we take a closer look at this girl, and she's just like she's busted. Man.
She's not the girl for Nikolai, basically.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Whatever it is, it's just not the girl for Nikolai.
Yeah, she's nice hair, nice personality, but she's just
not the girl for Nikolai in the nicest terms.
And everybody's watching Nikolai because he's over here, and when Nikolai is feeling himself, he'll like look at you and do a little point to you and everything,
and you're like, yeah.
So he's like, yeah, and we're like, no. And everybody tried so many times to like get him mad at there, but we just let him do his thing. But what was crazy was this dude came up to me and was like, yo, is that your man's? And we were like, yeah. He's like, you need to get him out of there, somebody save him. And I was like,
which is an insane it's a random person like saw probably the interactions of you guys and was like, all right, I'm gonna be the one to tell him. Like, no one's gonna be the voice of reason. This guy was like, I'm the voice of reason. Go get your friend.
Yeah. And then at the end of the night, like, or whatever, the girl turns around and Nikolai dips out of there.
Once he saw the light, he knew.
The craziest thing was like he was like, why didn't you guys save me? And we're like, we tried, man.
you were just
Yeah, I mean, that was just one of the like craziest times at City Beer Hall, which I think they're gonna open up soon.
Yep. So in case everyone was wondering, City Beer Hall is reopening. I don't know why anyone's wondering that, but I saw the Times Union Twitter be hit it up. I saw it on there and it says like the tweet. I think it was the 31st, so I think it's like a couple days from this recording. And it said it could open as early as next week.
Yep.
Which is gonna be dope. Yeah, I am excited for City Beer Hall. I think it's one of the spots. You know what I mean? I feel like it's one of the spots. It's always fun to go to.
I mean, if you get a drink, they give you a free pizza, like a free personal pizza. Yeah. So that's what's up.
Yeah, if you want it.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a personal pizza. I don't know.
I mean, it was. Yeah, sometimes it's too much of a hassle to go and get it, but like, you want free food, kinda. You got it.
I think I've only been there like once or twice, yo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you definitely went there once. But
I know I went there once, and I literally just remembered what happened. There was a fight upstairs when I went.
Oh yes. So all right, this is a good one.
Yeah, you tell a story, and then I'm gonna jump in when I remember something because I think remember it a little bit.
All I know is that City Beer Hall is a popular place where people can have their like after parties or whatever for their weddings.
Yeah.
So when you're there, you always see like a group of, just middle-aged people doing their things
Just
in
eating,
suits
yeah.
and dresses and stuff, having fun. But me and c-niice are at the bar, like waiting to get a drink.
This is upstairs, right?
Yeah, this is upstairs.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I asked
And
you.
out of nowhere, c-niice is just like, yo, these guys are about to fight. I'm just like, what are you talking about? And then out of nowhere, you just see people just start clearing the floor of bodies.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. So I observe. I'm an observer. I love to look around. Like no matter if I'm at the gym, the bar, like restaurants, wherever. I always am just observing the place. Cause I'm like looking for either someone I know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just observing.
Yeah.
I like to observe. I don't like to like stalk or be weirdo. Like I don't even like to get in people's like space and stuff. But I just like to look around and be like, oh, what's happening? But we were at the bar and I turn and I look and I feel this tension. Like I could just feel it. And I see these two people and I could just feel that there's very much tension happening between them. Like I can't hear anything. It's loud. Like I can't really see anything happening, but I see the way they're just like their body languages. I'm like no, there's about to be a fight because I know I can just feel it. And literally like probably 5 seconds later, 10 seconds later, there's just a brawl between these two guys. And I think the bouncers got it quick though. But it was like there was like a fist. We were close to it too. We were like right next to it.
Yeah.
We happened because it was like right near the bar.
No, yeah, like it was literally like right in front of us. Like we turned around and it's like literally going on right there. I'm pretty sure like a dude got it like a bottle smashed over his head.
Yeah, some crazy stuff happened, and then we just chilled. They just kept partying, like we didn't care. It was just crazy.
They were kind of big dudes too, like it was crazy.
I didn't want to fight, and I didn't want to fight, and I didn't want to be near the fight, but I just knew it was gonna be a fight. That's why I was like ready. I was like, and it's weird. Well, the thing about City Beer Hall is there's a balcony kind of because since we're on the top floor, there's a balcony, and they were near the balcony kind of like someone could have got thrown off the balcony technically, like. And just landed on more people down there.
Yeah, it was literally like from a movie scene or something.
No, it was funny. It was definitely it wasn't funny, but it was a good story. It was definitely like I was on edge. I was like, ooh, don't fight me, don't fight my boy. But they were just fighting each other. I wish I knew what the fight was about, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
And to stay in this bar topic, so in case I'm gonna give a little rundown myself. So in case you don't know me. There's a certain song that's like my song. Like when I'm drinking, when I'm about to go in, I got my song. Obviously, everyone knows my song. It's Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. That's my song. Like it literally was like a random party one time with a coworker we had back in the day. And they played the song and I always knew the song. And that day I was like, wow, I really like this song. And I was like, what's the name? I forgot the name. Dreams and Nightmares. Never forget it again. It was 4 years ago, whatever. I'd never forget that name again. Dreams and Nightmares. And I just would listen to it all the time to the point where I know all the lyrics. Yeah. I know, like, if you give me the beat and you play it like you know what I mean? I can go off all the lyrics. Yeah. From bad words to good words to any words. But I just love Dreams and Nightmares. So jumping off that point, I wonder if you don't ever request songs or really do you have that one song? Do you have a one song or just like do you just like a lot of songs? Do you have your one go-to song?
I don't really have a go-to song. I just like I have this song for me at the time in order to place or whatever. Yeah, so I'm just like I don't know. There's a lot of stuff.
Do you have any like? Could you name something that you probably would be like up there? That like you like to dance and like sing to, or just like music? You just like
no, I really do like music, especially when going out. Because as long as the DJ's playing like good songs I do have like a good set of music that I think that should be played at like every party. And Monsters by from the Kanye West album is on there.
Monsters
with Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj,
greatest Nicki verse of all time.
And honestly, like. You play like a lot of Nicki Minaj songs at a party, everybody's gonna be
everyone. Yeah, it's because she's that bridge of pop and rap to where everyone knows Nicki Minaj. Everyone knows Nicki Minaj songs. Jay-Z, people know Jay-Z songs, but they don't know Jay-Z songs. You know what I mean? Everyone knows New York, like, you know what I mean? But you don't know like his discography like that. Yeah, Kanye's one of those people that a lot of people know his songs, but that's because Kanye just makes beats. You know what I mean? He just makes generational beats.
Exactly. Like some good songs currently though, like. I guess that if I had to pick one is Ski.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. That just
you know what song's gonna really be I think you'll guess or you'll know it. You'll be like, oh, once I say it, but Tiptoe has just been on my radar, man. Tiptoe by Chef G has just been I don't know why, it's just been really pumping me up. Yeah. And so when my boy Chef G so in case you didn't know, Sleepy Hollow is the first verse on that song.
Yeah.
So Sleepy Hollow's the first verse, and then Chef G's the second. And when this man comes in the second verse with you know I'm too fat to tiptoe. I'm just like that's insane.
You're just like, okay.
I'm like you right. Like I don't even know what you look like, Chef G, but I trust you. Like,
Yeah.
but I just love to hear that, and it just gets me so pumped. The first verse is so good too. Like I just love that song right now. So that's my song, I'd say right now.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of Pop Smoke songs too.
Oh my gosh.
I just like,
They just kill.
I don't know what it is. It's just like the thing, like even though we're upstate New York, it's just having that thing like Pop Smoke, from New York, and the woo walking and all that.
Yo, everyone would be
Like-
woo walk, and I was afraid when I went to your little party and I was getting woo walked on.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm not a wooer. I don't know what to call it, but
It's just like it's just a certain vibe that like everybody knows when a Pop Smoke song comes on, and you just like, oh, you have to like get sturdy and woo and everything,
Yeah.
and just like, you know.
everyone be dropping everyone's voice drops when they be singing it for no reason.
Yeah.
You know,
No, for real.
even the girls, they'll be like, I don't even know. I can't make a joke. But everyone just be like, "Goose," and you're like, "Bro, where you coming from?" Like,
So it's funny because actually when we were in Seaside Heights, New Jersey this year,
Yeah.
and we were at Beachcombers, I think, there's this girl, and like I don't know why Pop Smoke. It was only one Pop Smoke song that came on,
I heard this story.
and then I just like kept saying, I just kept talking like Pop Smoke, and she would just be like she would, I don't even know what she would say to me, but I would just be like, lower your tone. Like, I don't know why, but I just kept saying that going around because I like to repeat a lot of stuff too.
No,
like,
yeah.
but I don't know.
But that's funny. Yeah, no, I remember. And then I remember, I think Zach told me that story, Zach Hess, because I think he was there with you.
Yeah.
And then he told me that you saw them the next day.
Oh yeah.
And they said, "Yo, Pop Smoke," and you just didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was like they were like, first of all, I didn't even know who like they were.
Yeah.
Because Nate Trahan and Zach were like waving to them, and I was just like, "Who are you guys waving to?"
Yeah.
And then the girl started talking, and she was like, "Oh, you don't remember me? Oh, that's why I was talking like Pop Smoke because she had like a deep voice.
Oh,
so I was kind of like mocking.
The whole thing just
like, yeah. So I was like, oh, it's that girl. She's like, oh, it's Pop Smoke. Do the voice. And I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, you can't. I'm gonna do it on my own terms. You're not gonna do it.
I was like, it was funny last night. It's not right now.
Yeah, it's not funny when the music's not on and it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But I thought, yeah, that's funny that you told that story because I remember Zach telling me that, and I was like, I don't know why. He just was like, oh, this happened, and like it was just probably a memory or a thought he had. He was like, yo, listen to the story about knowing Pop Smoke.
Yeah, it was funny.
I kind of want to see what you got written down.
Okay.
What you got? What heat you got here?
I got the Kyle's driveway.
Yo, I forgot about that. Yo, thank you. Okay, so you only roll your side. That's insane. So I'm telling my part of what. So this is our what we did over each other. It's not a fair comparison, and I argue that you didn't even do it to me, but the same as I didn't did it over you. But so we're senior year football. It's like I think it's like a normal practice. Like I think they're letting the JV, some of the JV people come up and play varsity. I think it might be near the end of the season at this point. So they let the JV quarterback at the time, I think his name was Mason. I don't know why I say think. I know his name was Mason. And he was like, oh, he's playing quarterback for this, whatever, for our offense. And then I'm on scout defense because I'm so good. They always put me on scout. You know what I'm saying? It's the best way to get us ready for the next game. Put me on scout. So I'm on scout defense against Noah. I'm playing corner. You know, I think it was a slant. I'm 100% sure it was a slant. Because I remember running behind him. I was on his hip. I want to say I'm close, but like if he throws the ball well, he probably catches it. Like unless I smack his arms or something, I can't hit the ball if he throws it good. But he just throws it behind Noah, and I just technically like behind Noah. Can Noah make a play? I don't remember. It's high school football. I'm not gonna say anything. And I get this pick over Noah in quotation marks. Pick over Noah. And I just always hold that over Noah to this day. Like I got to pick over you in high school football.
It's funny because after that happened, I'm walking back to the huddle. I just see c-niice eyeing me, like pointing at it. I'm like, he's never gonna let me live that down. He's just like, hey boy, and I'm just like, all right.
Because I felt so cool in that moment. You know what I mean? It was like a dope thing. Like it was a 1-on-1, and I won it technically. Yeah. Wherever the ball was thrown doesn't matter. I won the 1-on-1. So I just wanted to get my chops out there and say that I did 100% catch an Odell pick over Noah in practice. With when they brought in what was the name? They brought in Tom Brady. They happened to get him that time, so I brought in Tom Brady and I caught it. So I had to be a perfect throw, and I caught a pick over Noah one hand, Odell style. So Noah can tell his story of what Noah did to me, and it was in our friend Kyle, who another person will be on this podcast. He was supposed to be on earlier. He said he's gonna roast me for it on his episode where he'd talk about it then. But it was in his driveway, which Kyle kind of had the house for sports. He would play football in his yard and play basketball usually in his driveway. But we were playing some basketball. We lowered the rim because it was high school, so we wanted to feel cool. And you can take it away from there.
So we're playing like 3v3, maybe 4v4. I don't know who was there, but I just know there is two important people that were there. You and Matt Pot.
Yeah.
So
Shout to Matt Pot.
So we're playing Kyle's driveway, and then, I do a little like 2-step move, crossover, whatever, and then I just see like a straight beeline to the basket. So I drive in full force, and I see c-niice coming from the side, trying to step over to help the defender.
Yep.
And tries to jump with me. So I'm just like, he's not going to take this layup. But I jump up as high as I can, and I realize, the hoop is lowered.
Yeah.
So I just yam it.
So it wasn't. So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give my piece out here. It wasn't on my head.
Yeah.
I do jump, and I know, like, once I jump, I know I can't do anything. You know what I mean? It was one of those in air, like, so I push you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember, I pushed you.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not dunking over me. I didn't push him hard, but I tried to do it enough to where you wouldn't be able to dunk it.
Yeah.
But it was the hoop was so low, and you have long arms and whatnot.
Yeah.
You were like on the side of the backboard, and you still did it, and I was like, oh man. And I was like, oh no, my career's over. Like, I'm never gonna be the same.
Because I think that's the funny thing, because there was that contact, and then I still was like up there, so I just like slammed
he
it
just
in
literally
hard.
threw it down so hard.
And then I just start dying, and I look over to Matt Pot, and his face was so funny. He was just like shook, and then he starts dying, and we were laughing for like a good 10 minutes.
No, yeah, the game was not. I was probably on the ground just crying. Like, I don't even remember what I was doing. I was just so sad.
Yeah.
I was just so destroyed.
Like, it was just like, I was like, how does that even happen? Like,
no, I literally knew. Like, it was like a split second. Like, I'm like, I don't jump. I don't think I jumped full, but I think I like try to like get in front of you, and I start jumping, and I'm like, it's too late by now. And I'm just like full arm extension, like, just please don't do it to me. And you still, it was an and one dunk.
Yeah.
Oh, posterizer, get this man a towel, get this man a contract, because he's not gonna play for this team no more.
I was like, and that's the moment I decided that was like my peak fitness.
That was actually, in case you're wondering, that was actually Noah's highest athletic achievement. No,
honestly,
no, that is so. It's still to this day, I do think about it from time to time. Like, man, I really let it happen to me. Like, you do, and what I think I did. I don't know if I told this story on the podcast. I told the story so many times. I think I might have, but the gear got me really bad in football practice one day. He did one to break your ankle so bad where you just fall to the ground. Like, he did a double. He did a left, right, and then he went left, and I just stood still and fell over.
Yeah, where you just sit the person down.
No,
like,
literally,
crazy.
it was a one-on-one, and he was shifty. He was a good runner, so I'm not gonna say like it was just some trash bag that got me. No, like he's playing college football right now to this day, so he was definitely a good athlete, and he just put me on the floor. I literally fell on the floor. I was so hurt. That was my probably if Noah's was not number one, that was my number two saddest thing that ever happened to me.
My saddest thing happened to me is definitely during like football, because like I wasn't like the strongest, but like, so if I got caught slipping, I got caught slipping.
Yeah. You're built, you're bigger dude, but I know what you're saying. There's some people who were
like Joe Galusha. So
I already had my Joe Galusha story of him. This man works everyone.
When they tell you to block Joe Galusha, you're not blocking Joe Galusha. He would just put his helmet straight to my chest and like
just eat.
I feel like my whole chest is caving in. I'm just like, I'm like, this is why I play secondary, not linebacker. But yeah, that's just probably.
Do you have like a certain specific story, or just every time you
just like against like Joe Galusha, like doing like any sort of blocking drills or like one-on-ones with that? But I don't know. That's pretty much it. I mean, as far as like Mahonison, now if we talk about from other schools, I've been roasted plenty of times, but that's just how it is.
Yeah,
that's just
athletics are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny to talk about us in Mahonison, talking about Mahonison, people roasting us. We don't want to talk about the other schools. Put us in blender. I don't want to talk about Amsterdam or anyone. Like,
it's like one thing, because another thing is like the other schools. It's a whole nother level, because I don't know if you remember when we faced Troy, and they had forget like good like quarterback. They have a good running back. They had a good everything. And I remember their O-line was moving on us. For some reason, I was playing D end. I don't know.
We were just trying everything at this point, I think, in the season.
I was playing D-end, and I just remember getting tossed around, and the people next to me getting tossed around, and like the running backs moving, and after every play they would do the ESPN like noise or whatever. They would go they're like every time they every time they score a touchdown, they'd be like and I would just be like, at first I was just like, oh, this is so embarrassing, but then after a while, I was just like, good for them. I wish I was
I wish I was saying that. I kind of want to do it a little bit.
I was like, I wish we could do that, but we can't.
Once it gets to like 6 touchdowns, you're like, I can't even be mad at them anymore. They're just doing highlights on my. They are really Sports Center right now.
Exactly.
I did have a great time playing football in high school, but I think it was more for the people and the times I had than the games.
No, yeah.
But that's because I'm not gonna talk about how much I played. we already put me on blast like that. But it sucks because I did have a, I wanted you. I liked how you kept talking, but I did have a point I wanted to say. Completely forgot it. Not important, obviously. It's off my mind. Get out of there. But okay. But yeah, I just thought it was. I think we needed to both get those stories out because that was a sheer, very important part of our friendship. I feel like we both had to get. But I feel like yours hurt me more than I think mine hurt you. You know what I mean? Like you hurt me more than I hurt you.
Kinda, yeah.
But I still got it. Like I still did it. I caught the ball. I had to catch it. Like I didn't drop it. Yeah. So
you capitalized on the play in the moment.
Yeah. And that's why they're playing defense. So they can't catch. No, c-niice playing any position. But you know what I'll do? I'll talk my one actual highlight of football. So I'll do my. I don't know if you'll probably remember once I start talking about it. Shelmont Camp. All right. So, so in case you didn't know, the Shelmont Camp was the summer before we even started playing, which means that my only highlight was in the summer before we started playing, and it shouldn't even be a highlight. But we are playing again. It's not even Shelmont we played against. We're playing against some team. I don't remember who it was. I really don't think it was Shelmont. I don't know why. Just that's not the team.
It was Broad Alban, Perth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
However you say it.
Yeah. Yep.
DP.
So I remember I was playing deep. They're like, well, they're putting people out, just seeing what they're doing. And I don't know if I'm a cornerback or a linebacker. I don't know where they put me right now, but I'm on defense. And there's one rule: you don't hit the red-shirted quarterback. You don't hit the quarterback. You just don't hit him because it's like the quarterback. You know what I mean? You got to keep him. See, so I'm playing. I'm doing my zone, whatever. He starts run. The quarterback starts running. All right, he ran past the line of scrimmage. Now he's a runner. He's not a quarterback anymore. Right? I don't know. I don't think he was. I think this is the only reason it worked because I don't think he was ready for me to hit him. Yeah. But I actually laid him out. Like this is my best hit of my football career. I laid this guy out, and I remember just looking to the side. And there was one person just cheering for me, just yelling like so hyped. It was Chris Van Hosen. Yeah. He was so excited, and I was like, "Yeah!" I was like, "Yeah!" Like I'm so excited too. And I remember I got yelled at by Coach Polizzato, Coach P, because you were not allowed to hit the redshirt quarterback. I think in his heart he knew he was hyped, but like he just had to be like, "You can't do that."
The thing was, I think everybody was hyped because I remember seeing that. All you hear is the pads crack, and then you see c-niice get up and was like, "Yeah," and then everybody's just like, "What just happened?"
Because I hit the guy you couldn't hit. Like he wasn't ready to get hit. But I'm playing football. Like don't run in my area and don't expect to get cracked. Like,
and I remember because I was like standing near Chris on the sideline. He's just like, "That's how we do it. That's how we do it."
Because I remember I just happened to look to. I don't know why I looked to the sideline first, but I think it was because I just knew. Like I just knew what I did. I was like, "Yeah, boy." Yeah. And he was the only because he was in the front. I don't know why. He was the one I made eye contact with, and he was like, and I was like, "Yeah, like I did that. That was me." And I never reached that level of hype that I should have had. I mean, I obviously had some type of hit power, but hit the guy. I didn't think I was gonna hit him. But that was man. I wish I weighed more in high school. I wish I worked out more in high school. But that's just. Yeah. I was a skinny lad in high school. I was a skinny boy.
I mean, everybody's skinny.
Well, I was like real skinny.
Unless you're doing something illegal.
High key though, there was a pair of shorts I tried on from high school. Mm-hmm. They fit me now, which they haven't fit in like 4 years. I tried them on today. They fit and they're comfortable. Yeah. Which is my waistline. That means I'm losing waistline. Yeah. It's dope. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. How do you lose waistline? You know, you just do whatever. But I'm so excited for that. I just put them on. I was like,
yeah. I feel like everybody has those like few like pieces of clothes they have from high school. Because I definitely do as far as shirts, but shorts. Just like they always get lost. I don't know what it is.
Really? You just be losing your shorts?
all the time.
I
Like,
got
just lose
mad shorts, yo. I
Yeah.
got mad. Maybe I'm stealing all of them. That's a joke, but like I got mad shorts.
Yeah.
But what sucks though is that like like the elastic shorts.
Mm-hmm.
So they fit me well, and then I gained weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now as I put them on, it's loose on the waistline has been stretched out for my weight, so
Yeah.
now they're loose on me a little bit. So if I have too much stuff in my pockets, they be sagging. I be at the gym, if I lift my shirt up, I got my whole thigh out. Like I'm not trying to be weird, like
Yeah.
no. But I'm always just worried. I'm always picking them up
Yeah.
because they a lot of them are stretched out. The waistband stretched out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to do about that. You
No,
gotta
just like just buy new shorts.
Yeah.
Literally just get new shorts.
Yeah.
Like just don't go through weight gain and keep it for too much time.
Yeah.
But shout out to getting in shape and shout out to working out, man. I think it's a very important thing that everyone should really consider.
No, yeah, it is. It's like it's important to get some sort of exercise in, and a lot of people say they don't have time, but like they do have time to get at least some sort
They
of.
don't want to. If you say you don't have time, that means you don't want to.
And like when people think of, it's intimidating, obviously,
Mhm.
like to work out, or they even think of working out. But it was even going for a walk or something is like working out.
It's very easy, and you
Yeah.
could walk for. The thing is it's so funny you say that because my dad used to like. He was like, "Oh, I want to lose weight." He's like, "This is the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna walk." And he
Mhm.
used to walk Ryan Square Mall because it was a certain distance, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But my dad's a freak. I love my dad. Definitely is a freak. So he hated when people walked slow.
Mhm.
And my dad's 6'5", you know what I mean? So he has long strides. So he'd
Yeah.
walk the opposite way of all because there'd be a lot of walkers.
Yeah.
Like this was a known thing to do. It's like these older people would walk around the mall because it's a certain distance and it's easy.
Yeah.
But he would walk the opposite way than everyone.
Yeah. I mean, no, I definitely feel that because I would get like, for some reason, I would walk fast, especially in high
Me
school.
too. I walked fast in college and high
Yeah.
school, but yeah.
And I would just be like, I'll get like so like mad at people walking slow.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get around them. Like,
Yeah,
like,
well, because the hallways be clogged and then you come and feel this way and you don't want to be like, whoop, like,
Yeah.
excuse me. But I definitely feel that because I'm the same way. I'll just pass people though.
Yeah.
Like even at the gym today, someone was walking too slow and I went into where the weights were, like all the way to the left just to go past them. So I didn't look
Yeah.
like I was just passing them really close.
Yeah.
But then like I think he started to speed up because I like looked behind me, like kind of close. I was like, no way you were walking that speed
Yeah.
before, and then now I'm walking this speed and you were there. But I still cut in front of him.
Yeah.
But then I just had to pee, so it just looked like I had to use the bathroom. But I didn't think of nothing of it.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's gassing it. But it's so funny. This man used to walk the opposite way. And he's a huge dude. They probably thought he was scared. Every time someone probably thought when he was
Yeah.
walking towards him, they probably thought like, oh, this guy's gonna rob me.
That's crazy.
And he just walked past him.
I think honestly, if you like, you know, the one kid that walks really fast in like school or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you was one of those kids for sure.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you said that because I was literally, as you said that, I was thinking about this. But you go with your thing, and I'm gonna tell you what I used to walk like in high school because I remember.
I was just like, it's not even how you walk. It's just like if I were to like just watch you walking like across the cafeteria to the snack bar or whatever, I just remember you doing it at such a fast pace, and I'm just like,
Why are you walking that?
I was like, this man's on a mission.
I don't know why I'd be walking fast. As I've gotten older, I've kind of slowed it down. Sometimes I realized that you don't need to walk fast everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one time we walked from the party to your house.
Oh
And I
yeah.
remember I walked back. I wasn't like jogging or running. I just like walked at a leisurely pace.
Yeah.
But I think that was because that was a crazy night.
Yeah.
Just me
For sure.
walking back in there is
Yeah.
insane. But I remember I used to walk in school, yo. I used to be. I don't want to do this. I don't want to put myself on blast. I'm put on blast. I was the type of person if I'd make sure I get to my class like not late. Like I was so afraid of being late. That was one of my big fears. But I'd walk and I'd sometimes put my thumbs like over the straps and hold it. I'd hold my backpack sometimes. But like, why would I do it? Like I think I'm like, I was like, yeah, like what am I like, what am I doing, man? What was I doing in my life? I can see why not everyone talked to me in high school, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it is what it is. It's what's in the past is in the past.
But
But
man,
it's
I
funny.
was a goofball, man.
Yeah.
I was a character.
The thing is, we all as in our friend group did like something stupid. Like I don't know. I had transitioned glasses up until like ninth grade.
Dude,
So,
yeah, no, rest in peace, man.
And like,
and you always had to like,
I just went with it.
yeah,
Though, yeah, the flat top, whatever.
yeah. Well, I like the flat top, but I think you had the transistor glasses. You always had a shaved head when you were younger.
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
So I would be like,
So I was like,
nerd.
yeah, I had the bean, but like,
Literally.
I don't know, man. Well, it's just like everybody did something.
Everyone just be awkward in high school. I think that's
Yeah.
because you don't know, like literally you're just literally you go from like middle school where everyone's like like you don't
Yeah.
even know what's happening, like you're just like a little kid,
Yeah.
and then ninth grade hits and you're like, what's happening to me? Like, well, eighth grade hits and you're like, what's happening to me, man? And then like ninth grade hits and you're like, I feel uncomfortable, like I just
Yeah.
feel weird. And then 10th grade hits and you're like, and well, this for me at 10th grade hits and I'm like, man, I really don't know how to talk to people. Like I think I know how to talk, and I knew I think it was chemistry because I didn't look people in the eye when I talked to them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until the person sitting next to me, who was actually Alyssa Enlow at the time. She was
Yeah.
like, you don't look at people in the eye when you talk to them. And I was like, that's a crazy thing to say to someone, but also thank you to help my communication skills, because we used to like you know,
Yeah.
banter or whatever. She bowled in the same league I bowled in, so there was always some type of like we knew each other.
Yeah.
But and it was like a random chemistry, so like talk to people around you. But like I remember I used to like always just look down or look away and just never, and it'd be anyone, and then I like realized I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not how you talk to people.
Yeah. I think like when I was in high school, definitely throughout all of elementary, I was very, very shy. I would
Yeah.
not say anything.
Mhm.
Teacher would be like, go get a partner, work with this. I'll be like, I'm working by myself.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
So,
what
like-
you say until we were partners in the
Yeah,
gym
exactly.
class, because you were like, this boy's cool.
yeah.
Literally, you're like, this kid's alright.
And then like, I still am shy, but like, I'm more open to talk to people.
You're like,
Now,
I feel like you're like
in
the same as
college,
me.
yeah.
You're like the same as me.
Yeah.
There's I feel like we get into moods and like feelings where like, all right, I'm feeling sociable right now, like,
Yeah.
and then there's times where I'm just like, man, I don't want to talk. I just kind of want to sit and just like pay attention or just like just do nothing, man.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah.
I get those. 'Cause sometimes I'm like the life of the party. Like sometimes I'm really feeling myself, but like a lot of times I'm just like watching people. I'm just like talking to people I want, making jokes to people I want to make jokes to. But sometimes I got some heat.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like, everybody knows like, oh, I've been like a joker or whatever. Like, I like to joke around and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I was one of those dudes that would like, I would like text a girl in high school, but like if I saw her in class or like in school, whatever, I wouldn't say a word to her. And then they always be like, "Why are you ignoring me?" And I was just like, "Oh no,
that's just
I'll
me."
say something tomorrow." And then don't say nothing tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the type of kid in high school who just didn't talk to girls.
Yeah.
But I was just shy. I was just nervous.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of things is like. And then I get to like college. The thing is like everyone has these. I think everyone has thoughts themselves. I was like, man, I'm like not that good looking. Like in high school, I'm like, man, I'm not that good looking of a dude, which is just like self stuff. And then shout out to the friends I found in college because they really hyped me up. They were like, nah, you're like a really good looking dude. Like I don't know who told you this. I don't know why you thought this. And it's literally just a confidence thing. Once you get your confidence up, you can have conversations with anybody. And it's just like and if you feel like they're not having a good one, you can just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But like confidence is so important, and I don't know. I was so happy with the friend group I had that really gassed me up and we all gassed each other up, but they really, you know, what I mean, they really hyped me up, and I was like, you know, I am this dude. I am that dude.
Yeah.
And it let me be more open and let me eventually get the Shayna. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm happy that it happened.
Especially like college more than anything, because high school compared to other like high schools like Shen, Saratoga, like
They're huge. Yeah, they're big.
we're kind of, I don't want to say small, because
What do we have, like 250, 260?
in our class,
In our class.
So like that's a good size, but like everything becomes more like, you know, you see the same people from like kindergarten to 12. You just know
of those like 250, you probably knew like 220 or like
Exactly,
at least
like,
200.
you
Like
know
knew
a good amount.
You knew everybody basically. I don't want to say
So
you
I'm
knew
just
everybody
like-
because there's always that one kid you're like,
Yeah.
who's this dude? But most of the time you know everybody.
So I'm just like, if I went to, I wonder how it would be going to like a school that's even smaller, because like my roommate Claire, she went to a school like in Little Falls, whatever.
Yeah.
With like whoever knows where that is, but
Yeah, literally.
but like they
all I know is
graduated.
Big Falls.
Yeah, like
Talking
you
Niagara.
graduate with like 20 people. You see that everybody goes to English together, math together,
No.
and then like,
Bro, it's crazy. Like, how could you have like 20 people?
so I'm just trying to, I'm like, would I be like more social because I know everybody even closer, or would I be more shy in my own element? Because I don't think I got a choice.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'm just
literally.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There was a girl that was friends with Matt, that I was like in, like, it was a friend of a friend basically. And I think, I think I think she went to a smaller school too in high school, and she was like, yo, the change from going to like this 20 school to college is like insane. You know, it's like insane gameplay, which I could never. Even going from any high school to college is insane. Not even a 20 person like.
Yeah.
Like, you know everybody, to where in college you're like, bro, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. You know what I mean? Freshman year, like, I don't know anybody. I know my boys. I know. Well, HVCC might have been a little different for you, but probably when you got the stage, you're like, I really don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
were you friends with like Jared, and were you friends with Jared before Sage?
Nah. So me and Jared both came from community colleges.
Yeah.
He came from North Country.
Okay.
So when we both transferred in like the same year.
Mm-hmm.
So I met him at Sage. At Hudson Valley, there's like a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like they have a whole bunch of students, but everybody's commuting, so you don't really like get that like settled in like friendship. I got to know a lot of people, like, thankfully, from track and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you had a lot of, some of your boys went there too. Like some from high school that we were friends with went to HVCC.
Yeah.
So in case you had like, in case you could fit the schedules or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Especially doing like a whole extra year there too. Like it was like clutch having those friends from track and stuff.
Yeah.
But I did make friends like when I switched my majors in like phys ed and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's weird, like, you know, you see so many people, and there's this one kid in my freshman class at Hudson Valley in my English class where I could tell like, oh, we would be boys.
Yeah.
Because he was like cool, but
I
didn't see him after that semester or anything. So like.
And you never really made that move. Because I the same way. You look at people and you can tell by their ideals, like just basically like type of humor you can tell through the class. You're like, yeah, this guy is cool. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I like this dude would like me. I like this dude.
Yeah, but then like when I transferred over to Sage, like it's a smaller school, so at first I didn't really like know people or everybody like that, but for some reason it felt like everybody knew me. They'd be like, oh, you know her, right? And I was like, I don't know who you are, but yeah. So
I'm happy you were able to find friends kind of quickly in Sage and be able to run that, because it's hard sometimes. You know what I mean? I got lucky. I was friends with my roommate was cool, so I was friends with my roommate, and then we kind of just found a group like real quick. It was kind of everyone in the building I lived at was the people who waited long to pick a building to live at because it was the one that was getting renovated. So it was like all the, you know what I mean? We kind of all bonded together with like, we were in this together. Yeah. Like we chose the building that's going to get renovated. Like
I remember you bringing home the key and you were like, yeah, I still got the key because they're renovating the building.
Yo, I still got the key to this day. I think it's on the floor somewhere. I think it's room 264. Yo, shout out to room 264. After that, they got it was like a code. They added a code, because I went back to Scales. Because Scales is dope, yo. You know what I mean? That first semester, that one semester was enough to get our whole squad to go back to Scales after they're done renovating.
Yeah, that's what's up, though. Yeah.
Except for Ryan. They lost Ryan Sheet, so he never was able to.
That is tough.
I know, and I had a new roommate, my boy Isaiah, who's doing great on TikTok. Shout out to Isaiah, man. He is doing beautiful. He was at like some events and stuff, and I see him. He's like in New York City, like eating great dinners. I'm like, wow, good for him. You always like see people succeed. I'm like, shout out to my boy. Like, he was a power lifter in when he came to Oswego, and then he was like, I don't want to do powerlifting anymore, I'm assuming, because it's probably mad annoying and like pain.
Yeah, man.
But he won some comps, or at least got like third, seconds. Like he had his trophies, I remember, and he was always nice to me. He was my boy. But shout out to Isaiah. I know he's doing well. I can't say I hope he's doing well. I know he's doing well.
Yeah.
And it might be a good way to end it. Wishing my old 10th grade sophomore year roommate from college a good. And I do this. This is the c-niice special. You're speaking to the world right now. Well, do you got anything else you want to say? You got any last points? Any shout outs? Anything you want to give out?
My only point is just be you and be real.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were gonna rhyme or something. I don't know. I thought you were gonna go with it, but all right. So don't be anyone else. Definitely don't be Noah, and definitely don't be c-niice, because there's only two of us. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Don't need three. All right.